Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. This is going to be a reading for the week of May 3rd, and I will just run right down the signs starting at Aries. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm just shuffling for Aries. Definitely have to timestamp Aries because it's taking a while for this to come out. Aries. What's going on, man? Deep breath. I see you taking a big sigh. It could be a sigh of relief. It could be or just after something, a little bit of a rough patch. You know how sometimes you just take that deep breath, but I feel like you're through it. You're through it, and that part's over, or at least that section, that part of it is over, and things are getting better. We have the star here, so that definitely is a very positive indicator. The Eight of Swords. So this week, this is called very simply the denial card. So this week, you may, your blinders may be coming off about something, or you see some denial, something clearly like that in someone else. You're like, oh, they just can't see it. They just can't deal with it. It's so easy when it's not us, right? Or you may realize that you've been telling yourself that you're trapped and you're not. I mean, she could walk out of those swords. She doesn't have to stay there. It also can be that you're not seeing things the way they really are. And this is probably one of the most common meanings of this card is, you look in a mirror and you think you look overweight, or that you don't look very attractive or whatever. And often the things that we pick out and we focus on and we see about ourselves is not accurate. It is not what other people see. It's our own amplification and hyper focus on our insecurities, our ego and things like that. So another message coming through for this card is to take it easy on yourself, to be nice to yourself. Would you ever say the things you say to yourself to your friends or your loved ones? And that could have really been holding you down. It's interesting, I didn't really notice, maybe because these cards are so big, I can see the details better. She does have one foot sort of toe dipped in this water and one on the ground. It's like maybe someone that's been numbing their emotions somehow, but it's the first step in starting to dip her toe in the water, which represents emotions. So if you do see this in someone else, someone is on the path to seeing things in a less desperate or less, I feel trapped, there's nothing I can do about it, light, and starting to take some more action and to start walking out from between those swords. So if you've ever had a friend that's in a very toxic relationship or job situation or whatever, and as the bystander who's not really super emotionally attached to it, it's so obvious what someone else needs to do, but we ourselves have to get to that point, and it's a process. Once that process is started, though, things start to look up, energy starts to come back, healing begins very, very quickly. When you have, let's go in order. The Page of Wands, could be messages about a job. Maybe you've stumbled onto something, or maybe with spring, at least I know it's not spring it's only spring in the northern hemisphere, but maybe you're getting active, you're getting out and about. Maybe maybe you get, like some sort of fitness device and you're connecting with people that way. This is something, it's action oriented. You're inspired. You're taking action. You're getting up and at 'em. You get your mojo back. There's just a real shift from maybe feeling tied down in some way to this page it wants to move and talk and learn things and take action and get out there. And then the star it's just a beautiful healing energy. It comes after the Tower in the tarot. So it's there's been a big release probably when she finally takes that step outside the swords and she realizes that, maybe I've been holding myself back. There we go. That's the message. I'm just getting warmed up this morning, guys. Yeah, you've been holding yourself back. And the Page of Wands doesn't feel any sort of limitations on what they can achieve. I mean, the star could be becoming a star, becoming viral, winning something. It's hope, it's healing. It's allowing yourself to dream. Sometimes, and this can happen at a very young age, we think, it's too late. It's too late to learn that or change careers or change habits, take on, new interests and things like that. And the star really says the sky's the limit there. And that it's never too late to start. And you can always keep dreaming as well. Okay, let's go to Taurus. That big card. Hey there, Taurus. It's Jen here. I'm doing a reading for the week of May 3rd. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. May 3rd for Taurus. This one's coming out. Let's be crazy and just turn them over right away. 7 of Wands, speaking your truth. 5 of Pentacles. So you or someone may speak up this week, and I think it's really I don't know if I want to say level. I heard level the playing field, but that's not quite what I mean. It's going to show you who supports you and who doesn't. Or you may, it's like someone's getting frozen out. Someone's getting pushed out. Someone's getting, like there's a distance now between you and someone else. Or this could be happening to someone you're close to, because they stood their ground and stood their truth, and someone else maybe didn't like it, and so they're taking off, or you are, maybe you're ghosting someone. I don't think it's that passive aggressive though. I think you set some clear boundaries. No is a complete sentence, right, Taurus? And I just said Taurus because that was for me to remind myself which sign I was doing, because sometimes when I do a bunch in a row, I get confused. This could be you needed to wait for a paycheck or maybe some sort of payment to come in. You're just a little strapped for cash, or maybe you need to ask someone. Yeah, okay. Oh, the Magician. So this is looking very positive. The Magician, it said, in the tarot there are the four elements, right? So Pentacles represents earth, Cups represents water, Sword represents our thoughts, and then the wands, they're fire. Sorry, sorry. Swords are air, our thoughts. Wands are fire, and this is taking action. What inspires us? What actually makes us get up and do things in life? So the magician says everyone has some of these has all of these elements. Some we may feel stronger and feel more comfortable with, but we have all the tools, and we just need to figure out how to use them all, and then we can move forward manifesting the life that we want. But I feel like this is all the aces together, but I feel like it's mostly the Ace of Wands. Like, you have to do it. Just do it. I'm not sponsored by Nike. So needing to just take action, but also take the time to study and learn and practice. So don't be afraid to do some trial runs to get some feedback, and sort of iron out the kinks this week. I could see happening. And then the Empress. Wow. 2 major arcanas. That was your bonus card. So she's Mother Earth. All the queens go to the Empress, but she identifies most, or is most comfortable with, the Queen of Pentacles, which is your sign, the Earth sign. So definitely earth it up this week. Do some gardening, get outside in nature, cook some good food, maybe clean your space or spend some quality time in your space. Make sure your space really reflects you. Yeah, I almost see you sort of curled up reading a book and just kind of enjoying the quiet. Maybe you'll be alone in your house. Like, I'm never alone in my house. And just sort of cherishing some alone time and getting creative downloads at this time. Or maybe you'll spend time in your studio painting if you're a painter, or whatever your thing is. You're feeling particularly inspired to work at your craft this week. But she's organic. She births things to life. So this manifesting is really strong for you guys this week. Okay, thank you, Taurus. Yeah, so Taurus, a good time to start some new projects, launch some new projects. I think we might be in Mercury in retrograde, but I feel like this is more starting them than I guess launch wasn't the right word. Beginning new projects and new ideas and working on them versus officially launching a project. Okay. Sorry, we are going on to Gemini. What time is it? Hey Gemini, it's Jen here. Thank you for joining me. This is your reading for the week of May 3rd. We're just going to get one more card out here. I don't know which one. Okay, we'll go with that. What's going on for Gemini? Oh, Temperance. So that's your polar opposite Sagittarius sign. It may just be foreshadowing the Sag full moon at the end of the month, and that may be significant for you. Oh, and the Sun. Wow. That's beautiful. You have 2 fire signs. So we have we have Gemini in the middle, or not Gemini in the middle here, but we have this very solid, grounded, I want to say Taurus is what I meant to say, earth energy here. I'm trying to balance things out, very solid. So solid, they're able to help stabilize others, ground others. Yeah, you're not only just grounded yourself, but able to ground others. So you may be doing a lot of getting outside, gardening, things like that. Really sort of stepping into the earth and grounding yourself, Gemini, even though I know you're an air sign. And then, so you have this really calm earth energy, balanced out. One, this is a card of balance, temperance, tempering things, Sag vibe, dipping their toe in the water, but keeping one on the earth. This could be dipping back into the dating scene, or taking steps forward in a relationship, getting more into the emotions, getting more emotionally involved and attached. It could be because you're starting to realize there's a nice give and take with this person that maybe was missing in other relationships. So they could be a fire sign or an earth sign. This is Leo over here, the sun card. Yeah, if I could see if you're dating, it's heating up. It's pretty passionate. You guys are maybe doing a lot of things together. Also, spending time together physically. Your intimacy and your physical relationship is really, I don't know how else to say it, hot and heavy right now. Very, the honeymoon period, I would say, of a relationship. But trying to keep it slow, trying to not jump in too fast. So that's why I say anything, take it slow this week. And that doesn't mean, temper yourself, take it slow. Maybe if you've gotten to a point where you're spending the night every night with someone you're dating, it's like, wait a minute, let's not lose myself in this relationship. It's okay to, still go home, still see other friends, still stay committed to the things that I enjoy doing, and making sure you're keeping things balanced. I think that would be really healthy. And then when you do see each other, it's even that much sweeter. This could also be in other things. Just make sure, doing things in moderation, which as a Sagittarian makes me go, ugh, because it's hard. It's hard to stay balanced, yet I feel so much better when I stay balanced. I don't understand why I fight it at all. So it's almost like you have to tell yourself, okay, intellectually, this is the right thing to do, and I'm going to do it. And being, that responsible earth sign that can delay gratification. So that's the message coming through for you, Gemini, is to channel all the earth energy you have in it this week. And I think it'll be really quite pleasant, actually. Okay, let's go on to Cancer. Hey, Cancer, how are you guys doing? Oops. Shuffling for Cancer. How's it going? Okay. Five of Wands. Oops, we got two. Interesting. Okay. So, well, if there's any sort of competition that you're stressed about, you will be victorious. The Five of Wands, it's strife, it's competition. And when you think about competition, it can kind of be, it can be good or bad, right? It can be motivating, and you can learn a lot of things, competing, losing, winning, working on a team, working, and that could be sports or at work or just a group of friends, when any sort of group of people come together. But you ever notice there's sometimes the mix is everyone's like, oh, this is motivating and cheering each other on. And sometimes, you get someone that's abnormally competitive about things that are not worth being competitive about. You know what I'm saying? So it could just be someone's making a dynamic unnecessarily weird, or they're jealous of you. Well, this could go anyway, but they're jealous of you, or jealous of, you may not even be able to put your finger on it, but basically, I feel like someone's stirring up some drama. And I don't know if I don't think you're necessarily in the fray, because I sort of feel like Cancer would sort of hang out on the edge and observe it, but being a water sign, it will stress you out. You will worry about it. It will cause you anxiety. It might cause you a couple sleepless nights. But what I see is, look in the victory card, they're up above the fray, right? They're up above that. You're like, you know what? I'm getting mature. Look at me go. I'm stepping back. I am going to stay on the periphery, and I don't have to get involved. And that's one thing, right? As you realize that you get older, I don't need to participate. I don't need to take sides. And if someone is going to demand I take their side, because they think if I don't officially take their side, I'm taking the other person's side. You don't have to take anyone's side. You can stay completely out of it. And it'll be interesting because you'll see where your friends are, or where your coworkers are, or whatever in their journey. Because if they demand that you take their side, or you're on the other person's side, or they're going to cut you out, wow, that's pretty enlightening. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, whoa, they're kind of an asshole. Or they're very focused on themselves. I don't know. I think you may just for someone be like, wow, I'm just in a different place. I don't see you being nasty about it. I see you really just being able to observe that, and so if they do sort of cut you out, or there's a distance, I think you're kind of like willing, and that's okay. I can give them their distance, and if they come around, great. If they don't, well, this is where we are right now, and we'll let the future take care of itself. I'm sorry, I'm playing with my plant. You probably can't see it, but it's making noise. Victory card. That will be your superpower, Cancer, is learning how to, unless it's your fight, and very few things are, learning to stay above the fray, but not letting it stress you out. And not only, this could really be at work too, be sought out for management and leadership positions, right? Because that's what they look for. They're not going to promote a manager that's known to be gossiping at the water cooler all the time, and they're going to look for the person that sort of tends to keep their head down and do their job, because that's what they're paying you for. Getting recognition, so winning a promotion, winning a raise, having your name recognized at work or in the paper, or something going viral, winning a competition. But there's something about it, like you would get the equivalent of the, what do you call it when someone just has the best attitude? And it doesn't mean you don't win as well, but sometimes it's even more valued when you get that. I can't remember what it's called, but you get recognized as like the best, like being the best sport, being the most, community building, and everyone thinks you're a good person. Not everyone, but yeah, just being a good all around positive influence. I love that, Cancer. Okay, we're going to move on to Leo. Let's see how much sex Leo's having this week. I love Leo. You guys are just all that. Although I did date a Leo once. He was very young. He was younger than I was, and it was in our 20s, when early 20s versus early mid-20s versus mid to late 20s. That can be a big difference. So Leo, we're starting with you. Maybe there is an age, a maturity difference in someone you're dealing with. That's probably the way to put it. I mean, yes, when people are younger, obviously, they're, as humans grow up, you can't expect a toddler to be a certain way other than the way a toddler is going to be. But once you get older as adult, there are some young people that are extremely mature and some older people that are not. And so there just could be like you're realizing you are in a different place than someone else. That kind of was just coming up for Cancer too. 3 of Cups. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's like this person has all this responsibility, maybe too much. They've kind of gone the other way of this person that's out partying with their friends all the time and just, living it up, compared to this person that has a house. They have all these bills and responsibilities and dependents, and they've almost taken on too much that they can't even really see where they're going. They're kind of forgetting what the end goal was for themselves. Sorry. And these people are just looking at the living in the very present moment and just enjoying themselves and having a good time. And there's a place for, it's kind of like, this is too much. They've overburdened themselves, maybe taking on things that aren't even theirs to deal with, and they need to delegate. And this person, this vibe over here is needing to, they both need, like, this guy needs to go out and these people need to get a little more disciplined and organized. And who better than this Queen of Pentacles? So this very grounding earth energy, she is balanced. She does keep things grounded and doesn't allow things to get too out of hand with her emotions or getting herself too worn down and exhausted, like that 10 of Wands. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, or this could be timing. We are still in Taurus, right? In May, yeah. Sorry. She's a really good manager. It's kind of interesting. It's almost like she's the one that, okay, I'm sorry. It's funny. This person has his head buried in his wands, in his fire. They're totally staring at their cups, and she's staring at her pentacle. And maybe these cards are so big, I notice things, the details way more than I have in other size of this deck that I've had. Really stepping into your element. Maybe you've been too fiery, too action oriented, and it's time to ground yourself. It's time to, you may have been doing it to not think about your emotions or think about maybe a relationship that broke up. Maybe you've been burying yourself in work because you hear that someone you've moved on from is out, is all over social media. So block, delete, ask your friends not to keep tabs. Like, it doesn't matter what someone else is doing now. There's this real energy of having to embrace and step into and enjoy the Taurus energy we're in now. Get out in nature, put your hands in the dirt, cook, clean, declutter, and really, because I feel like this is like, if I keep myself really, really busy and go out at night, it's like not allowing yourself any time for quietness, for stillness, because that's when we kind of have to deal with stuff, right? So there may be something that I have all these other things to deal with, and I'm busy doing all these other things that I don't have time to deal with the thing I really need to deal with. So maybe there's been procrastination going on as well. But I think just this week is going to be, my balance is a little off. I need to ground myself and kind of do a little bit of a reset and refocus and are we in, can't remember. I don't know if we're in Mercury retrograde. I guess I should have looked that up. I feel like one might be coming up. And then I think by the end of this week, you'll feel pretty refreshed. Okay, we're going to move on to Virgo. Sorry. Virgo, what time is it? Hey there, Virgo. It's Jen. We're doing your reading for May 3rd. Let's get a card. So, the 9 of Cups. We'll take that one. The Wish card. The Wish Fulfillment card. What are your hopes and dreams? Counting all your wins and your blessings. This one flew out. 7 of Wands. That's setting boundaries, not getting defensive. You don't necessarily, there are very few people you owe an explanation to. You're not responsible how other people deal with decisions you're making about your life. Creating boundaries. I mean, in this picture, the 7 of Wands there in the middle looks a little on guard, but it really shows that if you stay above the fray, if you don't get sucked into pettiness and drama. That's someone's goal. That's really, they make things seem like it's about something else, but it's really just control, and they love the drama, and whatever. And so if you can just stay above it and just, if something's asked and the answer is no, it's no. And that's it. So I see you just being really, really just clear about that, and that's it. So again, we have the Wish card. I like to remind people when this card comes up is to, there are lots of little wishes we have all the time that kind of the second it happens, we let it go. For example, something silly like if you're going to the bank, I hope or trying to find a parking place, I hope there's a parking place close to where I'm going, and finding one, and it's like, cool, and then it's forgotten. But all those little things, right, are little wishes coming through all the time, and the more we look for them, the more we see them, and it's that building that feeling of gratitude. And it just fills you. It fills your cup. It just makes you feel better on a day-to-day basis. The 10 of Pentacles here. This is a very rich card. You may come into some money. Maybe you're getting your taxes back or something, or the stimulus if you're in the U.S. But maybe your parents are going to give you some money or something like that. You could get a raise, but it's usually multi-generational. You may be, it's Mother's Day. You may be traveling to see family. It's legacy, many generations. And again, there's a richness. So you think about French food, for example. It's not just, I'm talking about money, but a depth and a complexity and a strong foundation. It's just it's multi-generational, it's just very complex, and but not in a negative way. It shows something that's really solid and really sustainable. So maybe you're just feeling really, when we're in a really good relationship, whether it's a working relationship, romantic relationship, friendships, when you can speak your mind and create boundaries or just speak your truth, and those people love you still unconditionally and accept you for you and your wishes and things like that, versus the person that you express something and they, oh, whatever, and they just ignore you and continue to do whatever they're doing that maybe you don't like, or that person doesn't seem to respect you or value you quite as much. So I feel as though you're in a really good place where you feel you can be really authentic and speak your mind and be really well supported. Maybe you're standing your ground asking for a raise as well, and that's coming through, or negotiating something better for yourself. Okay, so that's Virgo. Libra. All right, what time is it, Libra? 37. Okay, Libra, we're going to pull some cards for the week of May 3rd. All right, let's see what we got, Libra. Wow, Ace of Cups, very, very nice. A new emotional beginning. Some earth energy, and then the Ten of Wands. Damn, who else had the Ten of Wands? I think it was Leo, so I don't know if you have a Leo connection. The Ace of Wands is an offer. It's an offer that elicits a positive emotional response. It could be anything that makes you happy. I mean, it could be a job offer, definitely an offer of love, someone asking you out, someone expressing their feelings for you. It could be, and that can go anywhere from the initial stage to, I love you, I want to be committed to you, and those types of things. Your cup is full, you have enough, your cup's full enough that you can replenish other people's cups. So your emotions are feeling calm, and yeah, there's just a general feeling of happiness or positive emotions this week. The King of Pentacles, this is earth energy. This could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But the King of Pentacles, he's methodical. He's mature. The Pentacles, the earth signs, they know how to delay instant gratification. They understand that you plant the seed, it's going to take a long time for it to become the mighty oak. So they're always planting seeds and tending to them, but also working, continually putting one foot in front of the other. And so you may be at a time where you're all of a sudden like, whoa, look at how much is in my 401k, or look at how much weight I've lost, or look at how much I've paid that bill down. Something that you started in the past, or look how we're almost done this project. I'm almost done this fill in the blank. So you've learned and implemented and successfully done that in your life. And now you own that ability to make these long-term commitments and see them through to the end. And that can be, that could be just a feeling of satisfaction for having accomplished something like that. Because when you work on something for years, and it it's very sweet, that victory at the end. Now, the Ten of Wands here is just a little bit of a caution to take the time to rest. This can be someone that's, takes on so much responsibility and overburdens themselves. And in a way, they may not realize it, but it's a way to not deal with other things. It's sort of a little bit of a denial shield. Like, oh, I'm too busy. I'm too busy to do the thing I really need to deal with. Or not being able to delegate. You may have a bit of that. Well, if I want, and this is very King of Pentacles, if I want it done right, I have to do it myself. And I always envision this dude just throwing down all these rods, looking at them, and then saying, well, wait a minute, that's not mine to deal with. Wait a minute, why am I doing that? And only picking up the rods that are truly, their responsibility to deal with. Okay, we'll leave it there, Libra, and we're going on to Scorpio. Hey there, Scorpio. I hope you're doing well. We're going to pull you some cards for the week of May 3rd. Scorpio, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm just shuffling. Deep breath. One more. Excuse me. I see you a little bit this week needing to control, like it's not like you're not going to be able to do it, but I just see one time where you're like, just let it go. Just let it go. Don't let like someone's just going to do something that triggers you and you're just like, okay, just let it go. It's not worth it. They're not worth it. It could be this Five of Wands here, that you're maybe at work or some sort of situation. People are trying to get you sucked into the drama, or there's just some sort of weird competition or arguments or strife. And I almost see yourself being like, no, I'm not going to react. I'm not going to allow myself to get triggered by this one person or this one situation. And I almost see you, having that conversation in your brain with yourself. And I don't think you will. I think you'll stay above the fray. I think you're just like, it's almost like you're going to be this person and just say, hey, everyone, focus, like, let's redirect. Let's get things back. Maybe you'll have to lead a meeting or lead a team or lead something where there's conflict among people. But I see you handling it very skillfully. The Eight of Pentacles is making sure you set time aside to do those things that you love to do, that feed your soul. So make sure whatever your thing is, you carve out time to do that this week. It's, even if you don't receive any monetary payment from these types of activities, and this could be anything from practicing your art if you're an artist, to if you're an athlete working out, or you like to garden, whatever it is, cook, really doesn't matter. Whatever you like to do, or fantasize about doing if you didn't have to work, right? And hopefully it's your work is this. Sorry, making sure you, sorry, God. I need to stop doing these readings in the morning before I'm really awake. Yeah, it feeds your soul. You're completely present. It energizes you. Now, the Two of Wands, it's, I like this card because they're looking back here. For me, the Wands we only have a finite amount of energy, right? We have to sleep, we have to rest, we have to feed ourselves. We're not machines. And I think with these Two Wands, it's like, okay, we have so much energy. Which wand are you going to put your energy into? Because if this wand goes over here, this is a lot of running the AC with the windows open. It's just a lot of wasted energy. There's nothing really productive going on over here. This is just a hot mess. But over here, this is productive. This is something worth putting your time and energy into because it energizes you. You have a positive return on that investment of your time and energy. Okay, Scorpio. Thank you. We'll move on to Sag. Oh, I'm interested as a Sagittarian to see what we're going to get. I just saw the Tower. I'm like, watch us get the Tower, the Three of Swords, and the Devil or something. Oh, Sag. What time is it, Sag? We'll say 47. All right, Sag, let's see what our cards are for this week, the week of May 3rd. I forgot to look up what's going on with astrology. I want to say there might be a Mercury retrograde, but don't hold me to that. Oops. I might get a bonus. Sorry. God. It's constant. So, well, here we go. Seven of Swords. I thought about saying that one, but I didn't. Nice. Oh, okay. Secrets. Truth revealed. What's this bonus card? Oh, this keeps coming out. Okay. This just came out for Scorpio. So the Seven of Wands is some sort of underhanded behavior, truth, secrets, lying by omission, some sort of manipulation. It's basically someone behaving badly. Someone's just not being cool, not being forthright, and you know it. So this is Sag tapping into their intuition and trusting their gut. If you have a gut feeling about someone or something this week, listen to it. Double check something. I'm sorry. I'm going to look up if this is Mercury retrograde. What is that noise? Oh, the sun's out. I'm all over the place here, people. Okay, let's see. Astrology. May. Sorry. No, what I need to look up is Mercury retrograde. Mercury. There we go. No, it's not till the end of May. Okay, that's what I thought. So that's good. But what I still was going to say is that, the Queen of Swords is going to come in and look for, like any lawyer or judge, look for the documentation, review, it could be, so you may hear of there being an audit at work. I do audits. Maybe there's going to be some sort of safety audit I have to do this week. So something like that could come up where you have to go through in detail, line by line, something, and check it for accuracy. You could just find out that someone doesn't have to be someone super like your partner or something is doing something cheating on you or anything necessarily at all. It could be, yeah, you just find out maybe a friend didn't tell you something and it's kind of like, that was weird. Like, why did they do that? Yeah, maybe your kid hit a bad grade or something, but you kind of, something about it, for some reason you're like, something's not quite right. And it makes you, double check something, double check your bank account. If there is any sort of strife or people blaming each other or things like that, I think you're just going to have to go on the facts and show me the documentation. Make sure you document things as well, just your own documentation on this date at this time. This is what happened. Try to be as factual as possible. But the High Priestess is also downloads. It's again, listening to your gut, trusting that gut instinct this week is going to be really important. And it may make you just go back and double check something and catch a mistake before it gets out. So that's really positive, right? Okay, we will move on to Capricorn. Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. How's it going? Capricorn. I just kind of zoned out. Just zoned out for a minute. Capricorn, week of May 3rd. A little bit of anxiety, a little bit of stress. This can also just mean you're having trouble sleeping. Sometimes I have trouble sleeping and I'm not really stressed out about anything in particular, but Strength card is a good point towards Leo time, which is end of July into August. But it's being vulnerable. It's putting yourself out there. It could be something about work that has been stressing you out. Maybe you want to go out on your own. This is it's a very phallic symbol. This could be new passion, asking someone, making yourself vulnerable and asking someone out. In work, this is a new entrepreneurial idea, a new direction, a new creative idea, a new something. And anytime you do something like work, that's a financial, in quotes, risk, right? And will people buy this? Will consumers want this? And you have to make yourself vulnerable and give it a chance. That's why only certain people are entrepreneurs in this world. And I would say you guys are, and you're probably one of the most successful. You're probably a little more cautious. It's going to depend on your birth chart, of course. But whereas, for example, a fire sign like myself, they may just jump in. Let's just see where it goes. Let's just go for it. Capricorn as a cardinal sign will go for things more than a fixed sign or the rest of the earth signs, but they will also have really done their homework, and it will be definitely a calculated risk. But it's still it still feels risky for a Capricorn. So it's really kind of a beautiful energy, like, oh my God, this scares me. Oh my God, this scares me. This scares me. We got to do it. It's almost like this beast is inside of you, and you're like, calm down. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We'll just see where it goes. We just see where it goes. This also could just be the beginning of that idea, right? That spark of inspiration, that idea. It's like, can we do this? Can I do this? I think I can do this. So I see you really being excited, being scared. It's kind of putting wind back in your sails as well. Moving from this insomnia and worry to I have something new and positive that I'm inspired and motivated and enthusiastic about to focus my thoughts on and work towards. Okay, let's do Aquarius. Getting to the end here, I'm going to go for a nice walk once it warms up a little. What are you guys doing, Aquarius? This week to, it's 45 degrees Fahrenheit. I think I'll wait just a little bit. What are you guys doing for Aquarius? I feel like you guys might be planning some sort of activity, planning to get out, maybe planning a hike. It's a little early for hikes here, depending on whether it's rained or not. To get up to the mountains, some of the roads still keep opening and closing because of snow. I'm just babbling. All right, what time? Let's put a time for Aquarius. 56:15. Okay, Aquarius. What's going on? What do we have for you guys? I need one more card. Aquarius. I feel like things may have calmed down a little for Aquarius. Not that things were negative, but there were just a lot of planets and stuff going on in your sign. So I think that's calming down. Wow. So pretty big change in store for you. Excuse me. Page of Cups, an offer, messages, something that they're positive messages. This could be texting, someone you're seeing, or you may meet someone new, and it could be, getting to know each other, texting each other, seeing each other, being someone messaging you to go out. I think the Ten of Swords, in order to accept this new, if it's romantic opportunity, there is a situation, you want to make sure you're not bringing in hurt and pain and the story of a past relationship that wasn't positive, that ended up badly, and not infuse that. You have to sort of transform this resentment and bad vibes. You have to transform it and say, no, I'm going to move forward fresh so that I can accept this opportunity and not sabotage it with, constantly looking for red flags and issues and not giving this new person a chance to see what they're really like. It's almost like wanting to know right off, oh no, I see that, and so it's not going to work. Instead, it's like allowing something to breathe, like letting wine breathe, like allowing this new connection to see where it goes, and giving it some time to really get a feel for it, instead of making some big decisions based on something that happened in the past. The Death card is transformation. It's the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. It's the same being, but something has changed, something different. So this week is going to mark the end of, there's going to be something that gives you anxiety and worry. When this Ten of Swords shows up, it's like you cut the cord. It's like a switch was flicked that can't go back the other way. It is done. Like the connection is broken. So maybe you're surprised. You're like, I'm ready to move on. I am no longer going to follow that ex's Instagram or stalk their new significant other, or why am I putting time and energy? Like that's dead. That's gone. Why am I putting any sort of thought and energy into it anymore? And moving forward, this almost has like a victory, very kind of positive feel to it. If you look at it, the sun's coming up. Like I've changed. I'm victorious in my change and my commitment to move forward, to have resilience, and to channel sort of these hurtful things that have happened and say, I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm not going to allow it to make me become a negative person or a resentful person. So people it's like who have gotten divorced and are like, I'm never getting married again. It's like, well, what are you hanging, like, what vibration are you putting out? It's just a very sort of, to me, that shows that person was so hurt and is just hanging on to that instead of, getting some perspective and saying, and being able to look at it and say, well, okay, I can see what I did wrong there. I can see what I did wrong there. I can see how that contributed to this, and just learning from it, gaining the wisdom and committing yourself to doing better. Okay, so that's what came through for you, Aquarius, and not last but not least, Pisces. All right, what time is it here for Pisces? 1:01. All right, Pisces, let's get a few cards for you for the week of May 3rd. I hope you're doing well. Ooh, okay, that one's coming out. Let's just turn it over. Justice. Bam. So if things have been out of balance, if there's been some sort of disagreement, there will be a fair resolution. So that's an interesting statement, right? A fair resolution. Fair doesn't necessarily mean one person wins and one person loses. Oh my God, 2 cards of balance. It means it was fair. So an objective person looking at the situation. So temperance. So justice could be Libra. Temperance is Sag. I'm dying to know. Okay. So for me, the 8 of Pentacles coming up here is saying to take a break. If you've been a little bit obsessing about something or trying to make something go a certain way, these cards are just saying to take a break, to do something. The eight of Pentacles is that thing that we do that feeds our soul, that we're completely present when we're doing it. It energizes us. It's kind of the opposite of worry and anxiety. It makes worry and anxiety fade away because we're so in the moment and focused on what we're doing. And this could be anything for anyone. It could be yoga, it could be gardening, it could be exercise, it could be working on the book you do on your free time, your dream book that you've wanted to write. It really could be anything. And so to me, the spread is saying, yeah, let's just take this week to bring things into balance. This isn't a week to try to force something. This isn't a week to go all in or to really pressure something. This is a week, it's telling you that to focus on yourself, focus on managing your own anxiety, to tempering yourself and what's going on with you, and to focus on what you can do internally and not try to control external things that you don't have control over. I see it being, yeah, that by the end of the week, feeling really grounded and refreshed and like, yeah, just really refreshed, replenished. Drink a lot of water. I mean, there could be some sort of decision coming down. But I do feel like most people will think it's a fair decision and a balanced decision. Um, okay, I'm just kind of talking in circles now. So a nice calming effect, I think, will settle over you this week, and you may have that free time um, to do things that bring you a lot of joy and comfort. All right, thanks everyone. Here's to a great week. Take care.